Think about this. A king with, absolute power, the kind you read about, and he just decides to give it up willingly.
It sounds, well, almost unbelievable, doesn't it?
Right, but that's exactly the story we're diving into today, the really fascinating case of Bhutan.
Mm-hmm. That kingdom nestled way up in the Himalayas,
Yeah.
famous maybe for gross national happiness.
Yes, but maybe less known for its equally incredible political journey, shifting from absolute monarchy to democracy, started by the monarch himself.
It's quite the story.
Precisely. So we've got some really interesting material here looking at Bhutan's history, how this happened, and right at the center, the fourth king.
A pivotal figure.
Absolutely. So our mission, let's say, for this deep dive is to try and understand why. Why would a ruler with seemingly all the power choose to hand it over? And, how did this actually play out in Bhutan?
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit. The Wangchuck dynasty. Our sources say it was formally set up back in 1907. King Wangchuck, the first hereditary king.
Right, unifying the country. Before that, it was more fragmented, lots of local rulers.
Exactly. Centuries of that. So this unification under one authority, well, it laid a foundation, didn't it?
Yeah, it creates that sense of national identity, a starting point.
Yeah.
The sources suggest that stability was, crucial for everything that followed.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the third king, Jigme Wangchuck. He's the father of the fourth king we mentioned. Reign until 72, and he starts making changes.
Big changes. Abolishing feudalism, for one.
Huge. And bringing in roads, schools, hospitals, the kind of infrastructure of a modern state, really.
He's definitely starting to open Bhutan up, laying down those physical and social tracks for development. And importantly, he set up the Chogdu, the National Assembly, way back in 1953.
53. Wow.
That wasn't, a parliament like we think of today, not at all. But what kind of idea do you think that planted?
It introduces representation, doesn't it? Some kind of body beyond just the king himself. It's a tiny step, maybe, towards participation, even if the king still held most of the cards.
A seed, yeah.
And that brings us to Jigme Singye Wangchuck, the fourth king, takes the throne in 72, very young, just 16.
Remarkable.
And the sources really hammer home that his reign was driven by two, pretty revolutionary ideas for a monarch.
Yes, the first one being gross national happiness, GNH.
Which everyone's heard of, but maybe doesn't fully grasp.
Possibly. It's more than just a slogan. It genuinely shifted the focus from just GDP, economic growth at all costs,
Right.
to prioritizing the overall well-being of the people, holistically. So culture, environment, good governance, equitable development, it's all in there.
So how does that kind of thinking maybe influence how you think about governing?
Well, if your goal is broader happiness, maybe, just maybe, a system where people have more say perhaps aligns better, rather than